Hey everybody, welcome to Little Monsters Movie Podcast.
What's up,
going
group?
on? I'm Dino.
Ted, high on cough medicine.
Yes, he's a little bit sick, and
I sound like a roughneck, you know what.
I'm gonna get sick as
Are we
well,
gonna leave
but
this
no.
swastika up here this whole time?
Yes.
Suck it.
It's not an actual swastika, it's body parts and you know,
See?
blood in the
See,
snow.
guys?
But anyways, Dead Snow, 2009, horror comedy. It's Norwegian subtitles, although you can get a dubbed version where the American voice.
When it was bought by the States, they made a dubbed version.
Yeah, so that
I
you
watched
can.
subtitled, he watched dubbed, so we're gonna see if there's any subtle differences in the humor.
They did a good job with the voices.
My subtitles were horrible.
They kind of matched up with the
and,
characters and stuff. So,
but I didn't buy it.
But yeah, it's a Nazi zombie flick from Norway.
And what's worse than zombies? Nazis. I mean, I felt like you really needed the Inglourious Bastards in there. They'd have cleaned them all up.
Oh gosh, yeah.
If we had Aldo Rain in there, gonna kill me some Nazis. I want my 100 scalps.
You know what? It was it could have been. Oh, well, how can I put this?
Better.
Yeah. it could have been done better for sure. I mean, boy, they gave it a shot in the whole Nazi zombie thing.
They definitely paid some
soldiers.
tribute to other movies, and there are blatant, especially, it's not even like subtle little tributes. It's, okay.
Yeah.
Like, even stylistic choices,
Right, like going to the. You mean like going to the outhouse and
just
because they mentioned on their trip up to the cabin, they're talking about April Fool's Day, Friday the 13th, Evil Dead, talking about cell phones and stuff. We'll get to it, but I
can't remember the dude's name who made this movie, but he made that recent turd, Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters or whatever.
Tommy
something with a W.
Workola. Yeah, sounds like a cough drop.
I shouldn't say turd. I didn't see it, but I know what's my type of movie, and I know what's not my type of movie. It's not my type of movie. So, who knows? Sewer rat might taste like pumpkin pie, but I wouldn't know because I wouldn't eat the filthy motherfucker.
So if Ted coughs during the commentary today, he can't help it. He's stuffed up, and
I'm sorry if I'm swallowing all that stuff. I'm trying to save room for dinner, but
Oh man, that's.
So how's this movie start?
Anyways,
some chick running through the Norwegian tundra.
Yeah, we find out it's Sarah. It's a girl who instead of taking a car trip with the other group of kids, she's going to trudge through the mountains.
Ski or whatever?
I don't know what she's doing.
Wait, what?
She's trudging through the mountains, hills, valleys of Norway.
All right, first off, you deserve to get killed by Nazi zombies.
To get to the cabin, yeah. So
I'm going to trudge across the frozen wasteland. It's like Hoth.
Yeah,
with trees.
Didn't make any sense to me. But right off the bat, I mean, they don't show them up close during this portion of the film, but
for a while
you're gonna find out that they're really in Nazi
full
regalia.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Even it's not gonna spoil nothing in the, but even like they got the swastika red band. Totally clean.
Yeah.
I mean, they just bought 100 of them from the store and wrapped them around their arms.
Well, there might be a surplus store somewhere there. I mean, you don't know.
I tell you, but yeah, Dead Snow.
Dead Snow.
Very good concept. I thought I'd give this a shot because I like zombie movies and I like foreign movies.
And he likes Nazis.
Well,
I mean, if you look at that flag you got upstairs. Stack of National Alliance flyers. I gotta tell a story. I had a buddy at school, and he had a brother, and we would go to the house once in a while or something. And his brother's room had, the PlayStation, the Xbox. I mean, he had everything, stereo. You'd go in my other buddy's room, and it was just like a bed, a dresser, and a stack of papers for an Ohio-based white supremacist group called the National Alliance.
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember in high school, you'd see them posted up on lockers. They had like a little blonde baby boy. And it was like, what's missing America's youth or something like that.
Oh, how terrible!
Stack of these papers. And it's, like he lives like this Spartan existence, and then 4 feet over, his brother's got every luxury known to man.
That is so awful and funny at the same time.
It is. It's funny.
Oh man, but so anyways,
so we got 4 dudes driving in a car.
Yeah, I mean Sarah running through the woods don't make no sense.
And we don't even know that's Sarah yet. I mean, it's just some girl running through the woods.
Yeah,
and something gets hold of her, and you kind of see some chomping action.
Yeah.
And that's it. Then it goes to credits. Dead snow.
Yeah, and then the guys are in one vehicle, the girls are in another.
Right.
They're talking back and forth.
And I believe they're all medical students on Easter holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know any of their names except for Martin, because he's the only one that's got a normal name.
Right. I don't know it either. So we'll be just saying.
You got Pretty Boy, who's driving the car.
Yes.
You got the fat guy that I identify most with. He's the big movie buff. I like him.
Yep.
And then the other guy.
He's the jokester in the movie. He's always like laughing and going, oh,
or throwing out the movie quotes and stuff like that. I've been known to do that, but I try to go a little bit more subtle than he does.
Yeah. But yeah, then the other, what would you say the other?
Like, I like to sit down at the table, like when my mom and my wife and everybody's there, I just say, bitches leave.
Exactly.
And nobody gets that's from RoboCop.
Ted says that all the time, man.
It's from RoboCop. Bitches leave.
But you do say that. I feel sorry for them there. Ted runs a strict household.
Yeah, I might not be the king of my castle, but my wife doesn't wear any pants.
Anyways, then there's the one medical student, Martin, I think it is, who he's scared of blood. He's a medical student, but he's scared of blood.
I love that. That's a neat idea. A doctor who's afraid of blood. That's a neat idea.
Although his storyline towards the end just,
he
takes a turn. Woo!
He gets over that. He gets over that by the end.
Yeah, he does. But, and he's weird, too. He does something weird in the middle of the story, which we'll talk about. But anyways, to the one girl, but on the couch, remember?
Oh,
but anyways,
And then there's the other guy in the back. I don't really know what you'd call him. He's just kind of like the tag along.
Yeah. Not a jock, not a he's just stoner, but in between. Like he's got the high energy kind of guy.
Yeah, you got like the smart one and the pretty boy up in front. You got the fat guy, and
this dude's just in between. He's a mix of whatever.
We'll call him Short Round.
Yeah.
And
so and then they go to the girls, and there's the pretty girl who's driving the car.
Yeah, she's not bad. A little blonde. I can't remember what her name is. Then there's the one that's got the dreadlocks, which I don't find all that attractive on white girls. And and then there's the foxy one in the back. Her name's Chris.
Dreadlocks could be cute, but anyways, go ahead.
On a white girl? Nah.
But
it ain't right. It's trying to be something.
And they got good conversations going in both of the car rides.
Yeah, they're talking about who's hot to trot. And,
and the one girl even says he's mine, or
the pretty boy's mine. The other one says, the other one he's horny as all. The other one's the movie buff, the nerdy movie buff, and
so there's good conversation in a car ride, But
right,
then they pull up to the cabin.
This is Sarah's family's cabin.
Yeah, and they're not at the cabin; they're kind of parked down
because you can't get there.
Yeah,
by car.
Right.
Because it's like a
out
trail,
of the way.
In the wintertime anyway. So pretty boy's got what is it? Snow skis, snowmobile, whatever. And I gotta tell you, there's some scenes with this thing where it's just tearing ass through the countryside, and it looks fun as hell.
Oh yeah,
I'd love to get my hands on one of these.
Yes,
I've been on 4-wheelers and things before, but I mean that looks like fun.
Oh yeah, in the snow.
Yeah,
heck yeah, man.
But you got to be like out in a mountain range. You're like, I got to take one to Norway or something.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean the scene is awesome.
I'd be the one going off a cliff. But
the scene's cool. Norway. I mean they did pick a cool spot. The cabin, all that stuff. I mean, really cool. I mean, definitely. But
so he tells them, follow my tracks. About 45-minute walk. I'll get the luggage. He's dragging most of the luggage on his scooter. Says I'll get the place.
Did he say follow the tracks? I think he said.
He said follow the scooter trail. So
okay,
I assumed that he meant follow my tracks.
Right. Okay.
Because that's what I would do. I'd follow his tracks.
All right. If he was heading straight there, that's how you would get there.
Sorry, I have to cough that way.
I do got a mute button on this mic.
You got to mute me?
But I got a... Anyways.
Should have warned you to bring your Lysol down.
Oh. But anyways, what... on the way up, what do they start talking about? Horror movies?
Because no one's got their cell service.
Right, their cell phones aren't working or
And
nothing.
then he says, how many movies,
horror movies,
have you seen where no one's cell phone works? And someone mentions
Friday the 13th.
It's like, yeah, because there weren't any cell phones.
Exactly. And then they go April Fool's Day. And
she mentions
same
that
thing.
The hot one, Chris. She says to the chubby movie buff guy that time. She's like, what about April Fool's Day, 1984? It's like, no, that's a classic. So I was like, so right there, he's just like, oh my God, she knows not just the name of the movie, but the year it came out. All right.
And she kind of gives him a look. I mean,
yes.
This guy ain't the most attractive, and he's kind of chunky a little bit.
But
this girl's like looking at him, going,
hot chicks should go after guys that are a little chubby. Because let me tell you something, we work a lot harder. We'll work a lot harder to make you happy. Yeah. Same thing for chubby girls with thinner guys. They work a lot harder. That's one thing my dad pulled me aside one day and told me.
He told you
that?
He's
like, you
son,
you get a chick
let
with some
me
meat
tell
on your
you.
bones, and they're the ones that are going to take their time. It's not going to be a rush job. See, hot girls know they're hot.
I know every hot girl I've been with is just like it's like 2 minutes and they want to be done with it.
That's right.
Have a meal, and I'm just like, don't you know there's more to it than this?
No.
Yeah, they don't get it.
I mean, at least they could do is
Then I was with the one
cup
girl.
the buttock for a little while, and
yeah, and then I was with I forget her name, Ruth something, but she was very large.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I couldn't even.
I remember when you met her, she was like holding up the building inside the.
We were getting intimate one night in the bed, and
did you use that snorkel I gave you?
I did.
Okay.
And I tried to push her. Eventually, she had this thing that was rigged to where I could slip it under and push her on her side.
Yeah.
So we did that for a while, but she went to work for about 2 hours.
Yeah. See?
Great night.
That's right. See?
Anyways, back to the movie.
Yeah, so this chick probably knows this guy's gonna, work harder. He's gonna work for the money, and or maybe she's just a chubby chaser. Some chicks are.
Anyways, what a conversation.
Well, it's the truth.
Little intimacy.
I'm putting it out there because it's true.
So they do eventually all get to the cabin.
Right.
And they all like, oh, maybe we should get in to warm up, get cleaned up or something.
Better idea.
Yeah, I have a better idea.
Snow tubing.
Let's all get together in snow tube. So he gets on it. No, I haven't.
No. You go sled riding?
Sled riding, yeah.
I gotta say, one time, probably like the last time. No, I mean I've been sled riding with my kids, but the last time I went sled riding for myself for fun.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to work at the steel mill, and he brought home a big inner tube like what's in this movie. And it was from a truck.
That big?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
We had to take it to a gas station to get it blown up. I had to lash it to the roof of my truck, and nothing went faster than that inner tube. All the other kids, forget it.
If you got an industrial size inner tube.
Oh man, it was like grease lightning.
Wow.
Because I used to take a candle and wax the bottom of my sled so I would go faster. Oh yeah, I'd always go faster. But there were like some reeds and stuff, and we were smashing through those. It was awesome. We went back later that night, did it again. And, like my pants were still frozen.
Oh,
so that's kind of what this.
Awesome.
I've never gone tubing like this though.
Yeah.
And do you swim?
On several occasions.
Okay. Have you ever gone like tubing in the water?
On several occasions.
Because my wife's
tried
to kill me. We were in Lake Chautauqua in New York, and we went tubing.
Lake Chautauqua?
That's where Lucille Ball was born.
And I knew a girl named Chautauqua.
Yeah. She cut me off on the highway one day. Yeah. And he tried to kill me doing that. So yeah, they hijinks ensue. They have a big snowball fight. You slut.
And then they get back to the cabin.
Yep.
And they're all playing Twister.
I got another story about this.
Okay, who plays Twister nowadays?
Oh, well, obviously there's some good stuff there.
Well, no, I get the looking. I guess Twister never really goes old because of the.
Because I like how the chubby guy says something like, "This is the stupidest game," and then the hot chick Chris, she just puts her ass right in his face. And
he's like, okay.
It's just like, man, I just munching there all day. Anyway.
Yeah, Twister. That's a
when I was in high school. When I was in high school, my junior and senior year, they have like vocational.
Let me just say real quick. We'll go with the story, but there's the scene where he's on top of this girl. It's just a weird scene.
It is a little odd.
Where he puts a pillow over her head and starts like suffocating her.
Well, he wanted to show her medieval anesthetic. That's what he said, medieval anesthetic.
Oh. Yeah, very strange though, not.
And basically, he's trying to smother her for a couple minutes, and she starts freaking out. Yeah, everyone's like, why are you being a dick?
Yeah, they're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? You know?
Yeah,
and that's your favorite hot girl there, But anyways.
Not mine. Not the dreadlock.
Okay, so what was?
Oh yeah, so I was in a. It was called word processing. This is like when computers were new. There was no such thing as Windows.
Right.
And it was like to train you to be like an executive assistant, something like that. Get you used to computers. And I thought, computers are always something good to know. It was before computers were something good to know. Mm-hmm. And it was 3 hours, like each class, every day, 3 hours a day. Mm-hmm. And we would have like, a Christmas party or whatever. And it was like a 3-hour Christmas party.
Wow.
Okay. And I got the idea because out of 13 students in the class, I was the only guy. It's like, how about we bring Twister? We'll play Twister. And they were,
you did?
Yeah, that'll be fun. Because, there were all these little rooms. It wasn't like in a regular classroom. We had like our own block of rooms with different kind of computer machines and things like that. So nobody else around. And,
Twister.
I talked these 12 girls into playing Twister. Stupid.
And they played it.
Oh,
well, why not? I mean, if, a Christmas party, you're going to have fun. Bring
this
Twister.
Is all right in front of the teacher, too.
Oh, that's so funny. So you enjoyed yourself, I guess.
I did, man. It was an early Christmas present.
Wow. Oh my God. Anyways, one girl goes to the outhouse. The blonde, I think she does.
Yeah.
Nice cabin, but there's an outhouse. Yeah. Well, it's Norway.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I don't know if you got a cabin that's like a 45-minute walk out there. I guess plumbing is. Although,
no.
If it's a newer cabin,
I've never been there.
Evidently, it's older. But anyways, they also, while she's out there, they glimpse to the house, and there's a little thing in the ground.
On, they've got some stuff in there, some beers.
Probably because it's cold down there. Because
they got
this is Norway.
They're like, give me some beer. And like I said, I didn't know if they did it in your version, but in mine. You hear the fat guy go, beer. Oh,
yeah.
Little Simpson joke. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know if that was in your version or not.
Yeah, they kept that in there, Which was, he's got that kind of humor, throughout the movie. So
yeah. So,
but
she goes and takes a squirt. And...
But you find out that there's something down there a little bit later that's the whole story revolves around.
The one dude gets sort of like a little vision or dream of it.
Yeah,
and
real
ends
quick.
Up being true.
Yeah.
So anyway. she's coming back from the bathroom and swears to Christ she sees somebody out there. And everyone's like, maybe it was an elk or
she goes back in the house and they're like, like it was an elk. And she's like,
I know what an elk is. I know what a person is.
I know what a person looks like, yeah.
I'm a medical student, for Christ's sake. Yeah.
But these, these Norwegians, man.
They're going to go check it out. And is this where that...
the
camper or whatever comes to the door?
Yeah, some old guy.
Bangs at the door.
Not real old, but old.
Does he knock at... No, he doesn't knock at the door. I think they're going to go out there and scope it out.
And he turns around.
Right, and then when he turns back, boom, there he is.
Yeah, the guy's actually... and he's going to...
a lot of creeping behind people in this movie.
Yeah, I'm not
Pretty
sure...
stupid.
Not sure why I would... Well, I guess I'd invite the guy in, and you got a few people there, so I mean, I don't know whether you trust the guy or not. But isn't the first thing he says? He goes, "You got any coffee?"
Well, I'd say you stay right out there. I'll make you a cup and I'll give it to you.
I'll bring it out, but yeah,
he's give you a lid and everything.
Yeah, kind of crazy, but this guy's pretty much.
He's sitting there, he's drinking, slurping his coffee, and. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think he likes it because he takes a sip and he puts it right down. Right.
Well, in mine, he says, who made the coffee? And one of the girls,
that's
the dreadlock
right.
girl, I think I did. And is it good? No. So instead, he just grabs a beer, cracks a beer, and starts swigging out of that. Starts rolling a smoke. Yeah, that's what they do in Europe, and everybody smokes, man.
Everything's.
There was a joke in Family Guy, I think, like last week when they went to Korea. To get a hotel room, and he's like, "Do you want smoking or chain smoking?"
There's a big difference. Remember the episode of Seinfeld where Kramer brought all the smokers up to his apartment?
Pipe night.
Yeah, he's like, they all got to be somewhere. They people, Jerry, and his face gets all old and yellowish and aged, and
hideous.
I'm hideous. He tries to sue the tobacco companies. Oh my God, it's hilarious.
but this guy starts going into a story about he's not even being nice. It's just like he's spoiled little brats.
Yeah, he says you spoiled little brats. Yeah,
you don't even know.
You guys come up here to this cabin and you
don't even have a good time,
and you don't even look up the history about the area. And...
okay, yeah. Every time I go somewhere, I look up the history of it.
Yeah,
whatever.
Disneyland. Oh,
better look up the history.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you'd be going anywhere then, right? But
no, probably not.
Evidently, there's some... And you know what? He's there, and we find out this guy's a dope, too. Yeah. Evidently.
He ain't too slick.
You know, I mean, he's warning these kids and...
Doesn't take his own advice.
Yeah, he gets it, but anyways...
So he tells a story about how the Nazis occupied
He steps on a tack in the cabin before he leaves and gets tetanus. And,
good thing they're all doctors and they had, you know,
they show him back in the
ready.
They show him later back in the hospital laying there like this with his foot elevated.
Looks like Stephen Hawking.
Yeah, and the doctors like
not funny.
He's dead on the gurney, and the doctors go, "Yeah, the worst case of tetanus I've ever seen." I think it has to do with the Nazis or something, but anyways.
Worst case of the guy's dead.
Oh, man. But anyways. You like that one, huh?
I just, you know, when someone's dead already, worst case I ever seen.
Makes for a good show, that doctor.
Again, high on cough syrup, so.
Oh, my God. It's called, there's a show on right now called Tetanus ER. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's getting good ratings.
No?
It's on like the OLE channel.
Ole?
Yeah.
It's in Spanish.
Yeah, it's Ole, like the butter.
Ole, ole.
The doctor tells you, the doctor
Oil
says,
of Ole?
He says everything he says, put butter on it. So, you know, that's the medication, you know.
Doc, I think I got skin cancer. I'll just
go to the refrigerator, put some Ole on it.
It was like in my Big Fat Greek Wedding where Dad would put Windex on there. Oh, I know that because my wife's now that movie. And now we're getting the much clamored for sequel.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Aren't there some big names in it? Oh, of course. It's going to be...
huge names. Huge. Here's just that guy.
Oh, man.
So
anyways.
This old fellow, this
he ends up
derelict, tells him the story of how this area was occupied by Nazis during World War II. And he said most of the time, you know, the occupied people and the Nazi soldiers got along.
Yeah, that means like if there's like 100% of the time, like 90% of it, they're going to
smooth
get along.
sailing. But in this case, I guess these guys were right bastards and maltreated the civilian population.
Right. Well, yeah, Nazi, you know,
right.
Doctors, experiments, and
as the war was coming to a close, and you know, you had the Allies and the Russians.
They weren't literally coming to clothes; they were coming to clothes, to a close. Well, so they don't think they're going to Higbee's or May Company or J.C. Penney's.
Clothes.
Okay.
You put me off. Now I can't remember.
I'm sorry. He's just telling his tale. But, before he walks out the door...
We gotta tell the tale,
Oh, go ahead.
though.
Tell the tale of the seven...
When they knew that it was all going to pot, they stole everything. They stole all the jewels and valuables, gold, silver, everything they could get their hands on.
That's right.
And
sorry, I got in the mood for Wicker Man and started singing.
Yeah.
But anyways...
Which Wicker Man? You like that Nick Cage
Christopher... No, I don't think so. No, Christopher Lee. But anyways...
And they hightailed it up the mountain where no one ever heard from them again, and presumably they froze to death. Because the villagers had all gotten together with pitchforks and pointed sticks and whatnot and drove them out.
Yes.
You know, which is what usually happens. And I always kind of wonder in history why that never happens more. Like, you know, people in concentration camps or, you know, people that are slaves around the world.
Yeah.
Like, you think about people that were slaves in this country. You had all this access to tools and weapons.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I don't get it.
I mean, you think you would, you know, hear more. I know there were uprisings, but you think you would hear more of them. There were some major ones, but, I mean, you would think you'd hear more of them.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Like, I think in this day and age, nobody would tolerate that nonsense.
I don't know. Stuff like this.
You know, like after like 9/11 and stuff like that, I don't think anybody would tolerate any nonsense on an airplane.
Yeah.
I think everybody would get up and just go after the dude.
I would.
I mean, well, now there's marshals on the planes.
I'd jump. You know, with that in mind, you know, I'm not going to show all this. Can't put the. This movie's very gory, bloody towards the end. Okay. Yeah. First half, there's a slow build up to the middle of the movie, and then it takes off with these...
Pretty much from there on in, it's
zombies.
blood and guts.
Oh, everywhere. I mean, very much so. And we'll talk about that when we get to it, man. The innards
some creative uses of innards.
Yes, they work. Yeah, the way they work this into the movie is great.
Right.
But,
so the dude leaves.
What was I going to say?
Goes on his way, and the kids, rightfully creeped out a little bit, decide they're going to go to sleep. Is this where the fat dude gets some, or is that later?
No, it's probably after this.
Did the fat dude get some already?
No. He didn't get none yet.
He didn't get none yet?
No.
Okay. So they're sleeping. It must be the next night he gets.
Yeah, the zombie. We get to the old guy in his tent down there. He bright orange. I don't know what the heck he's doing out there.
It's not too much camouflage. You think it would have been white.
Well, even what is he doing now? I mean, I guess people go camping. I mean, I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with that.
Maybe he's just a mountain man, living off the land, living off the grid.
It doesn't look like he had too much stuff to be able to do that.
You're probably right. So, he hears some noise outside. Sure enough, it's one of these zombies. Again, you don't get a good look at him.
Right.
He slits his throat with like a bayonet, and you see like the silhouettes inside the tent where he's just going at him.
Yeah, stabbing. Not really.
Not really eating.
These guys aren't really. Yeah, these are more soldier-like.
Right.
Zombies.
They'll take a bite out of you, but they don't eat you.
Yeah, they want to stab you or beat the crap out of you first.
Yeah, they're not really looking for recruits. I mean,
no, there's.
You know what I mean?
And it is cool how most of them have their military regalia, but there's a few of them that they show with the medical medical suits on, for experiments and stuff, which is kind of
the doctors.
Yeah, kind of a cool throw in there.
A couple of those too.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
See.
Zombies, see, wise guys.
Oh.
I guess when they were making this movie, it's like, we're gonna make a zombie movie, we got to up the ante. What's worse than zombies?
Well, and it's
Nazis.
And
Norway does have history with that. So
that's
a little bit of history there.
Yeah, that's why they put it in there.
Yeah. So. And then that night also, the pretty boy, don't know his name.
Alan. Let's call him Alan.
Biff. He he wakes up.
Slicey.
He wakes up,
yes.
Goes out, and he sees what he thinks is Sarah, because he's calling out her name.
Right.
And she's opening up that little trap door. Looks like she's putting something down there.
Yes.
And closes it, and then he just wakes up. Like it was a dream.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And then, so the next morning,
you're correct. 100% correct.
She hasn't arrived yet. So,
She hasn't arrived.
She was roughing it through the terrain, so he decides he's going to go look for her.
She was roughing it through the terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So she was going to look. I'm translating for Ted like they used to do back in the day.
Yeah, I know.
2 different languages. He's more of the west side, and I got east side kind of slang going on.
We don't understand each other.
So, yeah, we don't understand each other.
Accents. I mean, you could probably tell. Accents are very different.
Accents are very different, he says.
Like I say cold, and he says code.
I do say code. I don't know. But anyways. What happened?
And he's tearing ass through the tundra. I mean, that's the part I was talking about.
Yeah.
It looks bitchin'. I mean, I was looking for the girlfriend. I'm tearing ass through here.
The way he uses that, too, later in the film with the zombies.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Well, he's a good... Guy's like MacGyver. He's a good guy to have around. But this is always a problem. Like, how come all these people who've never been in a fight in their life all of a sudden have these kick-ass fighting skills? You know
what? Yeah,
ninja fighting skills, bow hunting skills. They have great skills.
Yeah, they're not supposed to, but yeah, like you said, I think there's a couple of movie inspirations in here. Like, I think
there's no thinking about it.
Well, what do you the outhouse with you think Friday the 13th?
No, I don't think that so much, but there's definitely...
Remember where the girl goes to, the bathroom away from the house?
It's definitely heavy on Evil Dead.
Without a doubt.
Evil Dead 2 especially.
Especially from in the end when all that... Yeah.
It's real... I think more than anything else, it's real heavy on Evil Dead.
And I think a little bit of, Nightmare Before Christmas, where Jack
Skellington... when he starts running through the snow and singing, "What's this?"
Yes.
Yeah. What's this? What's this? There's a tent right over here. What's
this?
I
don't know what that was all about. But and it was done in American, so they were singing it. But it's weird to hear that song in a different voice. But anyways,
Pretty boy comes across the tent. He sees
because he's going out to look for Sarah. He says, "If I'm not back by tomorrow or a day,
if I'm not back by tomorrow, I'll go to the car and go call for help."
Yeah.
And
yeah.
See? So yeah, he's at the top of some hill. Scooter's teetering, and he's having a little snack and some coffee and just, letting the wind blow through his hair and looking around. He sees that tent from that derelict.
Yep.
Goes down there and sees a dead body and
just backs up.
Says, I'm getting out of here before somebody blames this crap on me.
Yep.
And that's what I would do anyway.
Oh, yeah. But he's following the blood, too, which makes you think, whoever killed this person, maybe he thinks... let me follow this, so Sarah doesn't get it again. Yeah, so who knows?
Yeah. But, so we're back at the cabin. Everybody's kind of sitting around. Not Martin. Is it Martin? Yeah, Martin and his dreadlock girl are making dinner.
Cutting up some vegetables.
I love how Fat Movie Guy's wearing a too tight Brain Dead shirt.
Yes,
we all know Brain Dead. Peter Jackson, Dead Alive.
Says Brain Dead. Yeah, he's got the Brain Dead T-shirt.
That's what it's called everywhere else in the world.
And this is where he actually goes and opens to get a bear. And isn't this where he finds the chest?
Yes.
He's like reaching down and he goes, what is this behind here?
Yeah, he didn't notice it before.
And it's like, that's like Evil Dead 2 with the book.
Sort
of. Not even close.
Well,
but anyways.
The trap door is certainly a little bit, that's all I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I thought of Evil Dead the most when I watched this film. Even some of the things like when they when they light stuff up, it's the same noise like Evil Dead 2 all the way.
And when you get to the cabin, it's a cabin far out away from everything except winter version.
Well, sure, everything's different, but like I said,
and don't you
can't watch this movie and not think Evil Dead.
Right. No, right? You're so right. No. Anyways, they open this thing up, and what gets me is it's like there's a big bright spotlight shooting up on them.
God, yeah, did you see that?
It's just gold coins. But we go to find out that it's gold coins.
Yeah, they all start acting like the Goonies, man. Just going to grab it. It's like, no, that's Willie's. That's Willie's. Anything else, not this.
And the thing is, it could be Sarah's and her family's because it's her.
Yeah, because that's what they say. Maybe it belongs to her family. It's like, well, why would it be under there? Why would you keep it in a cabin out in the middle of nowhere under there?
Yeah, kind of strange, but I would have been pissed off if it actually was mine. And then I think somebody said, put that back. Wait till they get, like, Sarah and
I think they show someone...
Alan Ladd.
Yeah, a couple people pocket a few pieces here, so...
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that's going to come back to haunt them later on.
Yes. Couple people slip a little coin, So this must be, like, pure gold.
Right, and in today's market, that's great.
Yeah.
According to all those commercials, you should have gold in your portfolio.
Yeah, get gold. It'll always be valuable.
Yeah, but
portfolio.
Who's going to make change?
Just like your 401k.
Who's going to make change for it though?
They got you
take it to McDonald's. You want a Big Mac or something. Big Mac.
You'll chip off a little piece of the gold block for like the change.
You think?
Like little slivers. Anyways, once they actually do show the one on the sled mobile. He's actually gets off of it and falls through a hole in the ground, which we'll come back to later.
Yeah, he gets knocked unconscious.
Yeah, and then we're back at the cabin.
Yeah, and they're doing something. They're trying on little bits of the jewelry.
Yeah,
and stuff.
And slipping the coinage and a couple sleeves.
They're all looking at it, talking about it. Let's keep these pieces of 8.
Yeah.
And then...
Chunky Boy, I don't know.
Chunky Boy.
He's sitting next to Hottie.
Right, because he wants to turn her on. He wants to turn her on.
Oh.
So he says, well, I'm going to go take a shit.
Yeah, and he's getting his body up because, it's hard to get up, and she's looking at him the whole time. She must just be...
Yep. And
somebody
I'll be back.
He slipped her a Spanish fly or...
She just really digs the hell out of it.
Yeah, I guess. Something about him. Maybe it's his humor. I mean,
he makes his way to that cabin, and he's dominating one.
Have you ever had to use an outhouse?
I mean, like a park or something like that.
Yeah, not porta potties. I guess they're almost the same thing. I mean, but man, how disgusting is that?
My dad didn't have plumbing until he was in his teens. He lived in the hills of West Virginia. They didn't have plumbing, and like every year, like after the winter, you had to move the outhouse someplace. They said the wintertime was the worst. He told me one time he tried
I can imagine.
He had to pee. He tried to pee in a Vicks jar, empty Vicks jar, and overflowed it.
Well, that's what you would have to do. So the hot chick does get up and
she's going to go out there too. And they show him in there. He's rolling up some paper. He's going to wipe his ass. And the minute he's takes a wipe and starts to get up, she comes in.
Yes.
And just starts straddling him.
Yes. And what happens?
She goes to suck his finger that he just wiped his
and
ass.
he tells her no.
No.
And she goes, but he lets her. She wants to do it. Go ahead.
Be like,
you know.
I'm not kissing you.
Oh my God.
I'm not kissing you. Yeah, I'm kissing you.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
the girl, she is hot.
God, she's the hottest one. She's one of the hottest chicks we've had in a movie in a while. I think.
Really? Okay. Yeah.
She's all right.
Yeah.
Like
body wise and
face wise and obviously she's
sweater
all about,
wise. I mean, she's got a nice sweater.
And she's all about the brown. So.
Yeah, and she loves. Oh my God, yeah, she loves the scat. But anyways, yeah, she's pulling up. She's going to town. And,
I mean, they couldn't have gone into a bedroom or a car. Or, no, there's no car.
Well, maybe she didn't want them to know what was happening, and
they're gonna know what's happening. He's taking a shit. She goes outside, and I mean,
they didn't catch on when they came back.
Yeah, it don't last very long.
Although one person,
he wasn't prepared. See, that's the thing. He wasn't prepared.
And what happens when he was going to the outhouse is one of the coins dropped on the ground halfway between the cabin.
And you see a zombie-ish hand go and pick that up.
Yeah, that's you get.
And it's like, here's some gold we forgot 60 years ago.
Yeah.
So fat dude comes back in.
I don't know if that's what. I mean, they had to be what triggered it, huh? Or do they get
what about Sarah at the beginning?
That's true. Yeah.
I think just if you're on the mountain, you're taking a risk.
I guess so.
Maybe that's what made them zero in on the cabin.
Which is why he said, the area, done your research.
But, right.
Yeah.
Do your research. So,
but
Tubby comes back in and,
did
you guys, he takes a big swig of beer. Like,
he's not oh, did he say yeah?
I don't remember.
Oh, I don't think he said anything. But she's in a port. She's still out there taking her dump and probably letting everything that happen.
Yeah, she wants to make sure all that gets out.
But anyways, and she sees the eye of a zombie, poking its, looking through the thing and encircling her. So I'd be like,
body's not gonna last much longer.
Yeah, she gets it quick.
It's too bad. Why the hot ones gotta go?
No, well, they should have had her in a bikini when they were tubing.
Yeah.
I mean, Norwegians can handle the cold.
Man. See, I'd have liked this movie much more.
They missed an opportunity.
What were you thinking?
Come on.
These chicks were good to go.
Oh, but do you like how she falls through the porta potty?
Yeah, they pull her on down.
Yeah, the zombie who's out there, pulls her down through the porta potty, and she's got to make her way.
She's trying to get up. I got shit and goo all over me.
There's stuff all over her, and it's so disgusting.
Yeah, there's no plumbing. There's no shower. I mean, you might as well just stay down there. You ain't getting that out.
Well, I would immediately ran outside, jumped in the snow, and just rolled all around it. Just to...
Zombies be damned. I'm getting this off me.
Get as much poop
I'm
off
dying
of me as possible.
clean.
But she's all bloodied up and evidently got it right through the stomach.
In the gut, man. I think they put a hand through her.
And isn't that where the Evil Dead kind of thing too, where she's rushing back to the house and the cabin and
this whole movie?
I know there's scenes everywhere that reminiscent of it.
There was some fun stuff in this movie, but I really felt like I was watching Evil Dead the whole time, except not as good.
Well,
but there were some good. I mean. Tubby's going to get it here pretty soon.
There were some good
that's
times.
A good kill. That's a good kill.
Baby.
Yeah, so they hear they're playing metal.
They were.
Because Norwegians love metal.
You know what? I actually like the Norwegian metal music in this.
You like it better than American
movie?
Metal? Yeah.
Well, I like this. Yeah. The music in here was really, really cool. Norwegian heavy metal,
Theme song of the show.
Yeah.
But, what's her face?
Heather. Dreadlock. Well, right before she
nappy head.
The hot girl's screaming.
Yeah, and she thinks she hears some noise out there.
Yeah, I know people who's got the dreadlocks out there. So.
Oh, I can't say.
They actually watch.
Oh.
Anyways, they.
Well, excuse them. That's out of me. Because I'm just sitting here glorying in my perfection.
Oh, it's all good.
I'm high on cough syrup.
Anyways, the girl screaming outside, and
why is she making such a racket out there?
Well, she wants to get out.
She's ruining the song. Because then that makes that dreadlock girl turn the radio off, and they even say, "Hey, that's the middle of the song." That would be me right there.
It would have been great if we still heard her like screaming.
Yeah, then it stops.
And then they tell her, "Shut the frick up, man!"
Yeah.
But
who's she banging out there now?
Yeah, but But before they open the door to check to see what's going on, a zombie just super fast goes by and takes her away.
Yeah.
You know, so
the fellows are going to go out there and look around, and he's got a shotgun.
Like Ted said, the fellas,
and he's looking at it. I don't know how to use this.
What the heck is this? Is a gun?
Shoot, point that end at him.
I like how the girl scares. They're against the wall cabin. You know, getting right in there holding that gun, and she just comes up and goes, "Hey guys, what are you?" Knocking on the window. It's like there are 2 or 3 female doggish.
This is one of the stupid things right there, and then later on,
in case there's any preschoolers watching,
when the dreadlock girl gets it, that was so stupid. But we'll get to that.
Yeah,
it made me think like this movie was taking place in Poland or something.
Oh jeez, no, there's a couple. That.
Yeah.
But we'll find out in the end that I shouldn't spoil it.
Nah, let's not spoil it.
Anyways,
tell the story.
Yeah. But meanwhile, while the 3 guys are out there looking around for what's
congregating around the outhouse.
The hot girl,
they're nobody's in the shitter.
Well, they in the corner of the house underneath snow, like it was buried or something like that. They find a big pack.
Her luggage.
Yeah, it's Sarah's.
Why is it there?
Ted, I have no idea.
That's
because Sarah was running through the woods.
Right. Over the river and through the woods.
With nothing. I mean, it makes
she had nothing.
I mean, it makes you makes you wonder, did she get to the cabin first and then took off? That's the only plausible explanation because, like you said, it makes no... Although a couple of people... when they were in a car ride, did they happen to say she might be there already? Or... I thought I heard them say she might be there in a day or 2.
You're asking me like I paid that much attention to this.
Nevertheless...
I just had to get through it.
Nevertheless, there was her luggage there, so she either was there or somehow the zombies brought it there.
Doesn't the dreadlock girl look out the window and is it Sarah or is it
I
some
believe
zombie
so.
or?
It's either Sarah or the hot girl. Which one?
It's the hot girl.
Yeah.
Because it's not... No, because...
Yeah, Sarah's yeah.
Is somewhere else.
Right.
And that's when the zombies attack the house.
Yes, it's the beginning of the attack.
It's pretty much action-packed from here on in.
Yeah.
So,
this point forward, they're trapped in that
goes
house.
Pretty quick from here on in.
Yeah, pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're in a regular, like, say, mid-sized sedan,
right,
and you're going 40 miles an hour down the road, Hey, it's Mickey D's.
Yeah.
Then you hit 70.
Right.
There we go. There's the movie. And from this point forward, you're trying to get to Cedar Point.
Right. It's over faster than you can say blueberry pancakes.
Yeah, I mean, blue. And then they look out the window.
Yeah, they're not boarding up, but they're blocking the doors.
It's funny.
Here, I'm going to put this little coffee table in front of it.
Yes, that was kind of actually ridiculous. The way they're actually...
They got the gun, the fat guy's got a butcher knife, and he's holding it like a lightsaber.
Nothing they're doing at this point... Is right or is even going to protect them or save themselves. Because if these Nazi zombies
they're standing right in front of a window.
Yeah, and they actually pushed a couch in front of the door. And they didn't even... It's not like it was up against or underneath something or 500 pounds. It was a sofa where I could take it and just push it.
Right.
So and they just put it in front of the door. That's not going to do nothing.
I'd turn off all the lights. Yeah,
for a start, yeah.
But yeah, they start hacking away, cutting off hands, trying to hold things, where they can't get in.
Yeah.
It just chaos ensues. Nobody knows what's going on. And I got a question. Throughout this whole movie.
Yeah.
And pretty much all kinds of zombie movies.
Right.
If you get bit by one,
yeah,
you're going to turn into one. In this movie, later on, the pretty boy actually bites one of them. Do you turn into do they turn normal again if they get bit by it?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll bring that up when the part happens. But I have another question.
I mean, highly
There's
doubtful
always
because
I doubt
our bite is an antidote. But go ahead.
Well, what about all these people right now? They're all sprayed with zombie blood. Do you get infected that way?
Well, you don't watch The Walking Dead,
okay.
So I can't tell you.
Just tell me what happens in The Walking Dead, then.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because they're all infected with this virus anyways. So
if they get their blood on you, you can get it?
Right.
Like, okay.
So, boy. There's a very...
It's actually the best kill in the whole movie.
It is.
Tubby guy's by the window, zombies come in, grab his head.
Yes.
And thumbs in the eyes, real close up. But they just... his head apart.
Yeah,
and the brain just flops out.
It's like you opening up
a melon
and all the innards just plop right out.
That was a really good work, guys. That was a cool shot.
I'm telling you, the gore parts of this, which I don't really get into the gore, sickening, bloody stuff like that. But the way they use the entrails, the kills, the body inside, I mean, it's just unique.
Right.
It is different. So, I mean, I give them that much, so...
I guess I'll give it to
them. I give them that much.
I give it to them, baby.
I give you props. What the hell was that, Ted?
Mm-hmm.
I'll never do that again. Sorry, guys.
Don't ever do that again.
Don't do this again. You guys very, very strange today. He's high on Guff syrup, and I'm just a whack-all.
Man, I still got to drive home.
Will you be all right?
Oh, I'll be fantastic.
What we...
As long as your brother doesn't pull me over.
What were you just taking NyQuil or something?
Whatever. Whatever's in there. Whatever's in the cabinet. Little this, little that. There's no measuring cups in the house.
No.
Dixie cup full.
Oh my God.
It's good.
Why gargle with mouthwash when you can drink half a bottle?
Well, it's very refreshing. I like NyQuil.
I seen a guy one time, or this was probably 10 years ago, but I saw some punk kid, walking through the mall, and he's just walking, he's you could tell he's a troublemaking kid, teen, but, not, just good. What am I talking about? Anyways, he pulls out a little bottle of scope, and he goes, like it's his flask, because legally he can drink that, but not booze. Weirdest thing, first and only time I've ever seen it in my life. Yeah, man.
Like a big bottle of Listerine.
Scope.
See, then I think he's a real man if he did that.
Oh, you got me coughing now.
Uh-oh.
Let's just cough from this point forward on it. Oh, my God. Anyways, what
Pretty
happens?
boy comes to inside the cave.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to start exploring the cave. Back in the cabin, Tubby guy's gone. Chris, my hot chick, is gone. And the blonde chick is gone.
So,
or no, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Blonde chick is still there. The whatever.
Dreadlocks?
No, it's the blonde girl and the dreadlock girl.
Okay.
And her boyfriend Martin, and the other guy whose name I don't know. Kind of like Short Round. I'm just calling him Short Round.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to figure out, daylight comes, the zombies left, they survive the
daylight come, the zombies still are around. Home. Yeah, these aren't zombies that are just nighttime zombies. Which makes sense. I mean, it's any time, just like Walking Dead. I mean,
so they decide that I don't know why they come to this decision.
I think just the guys. Let's let the women live. Maybe
2 of us are gonna go for the car and go get help. 2 of us are gonna distract the zombies. I mean, why can't all 4 of you just go together? Strength in numbers.
Yeah, you know what? That's one thing about the movie at this point that I didn't understand.
Right. Because then there's the guys. They're just beating on pots and pans. Hey, zombies! Come and get it! What?
Yeah, and like you said, the whole point of splitting up, it's like, yeah, I mean, dumb move.
It never works in the movies. Don't split up.
You never together. Split up. Don't
split up.
I know they were trying to distract, but man... how far are you going to take the zombies? I guess they didn't know how many there were, which we come to find out a lot. But anyways, yeah.
Is there a whole friggin' legion? Because it's like every time they think they killed them all, and they do practically kill them all.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because they've got great zombie
do we say that?
skills.
I mean, yet.
Well, don't we spoil the whole movie anyway? So I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Only one will live.
Yeah, because there is a part 2 out now.
That's right.
So... when this movie ends,
there is a part 2.
There is a part 2.
If you are so inclined,
and we'll get to tell you We'll get to what happens and stuff like that. But anyways, they get back to the pretty boy comes conscious in the cave again. He comes to.
Makes a torch.
Yeah, he's got a torch for a girl.
Got a torch.
And so he's whipping up some whatever he got in there to light up this thing and
he
make
dips
some
it in
fire.
the gas tank. He's a little cloth on a stick and dips it in the gas tank and lights it
Did
up.
his thing didn't go down there? What gas tank? There was a gas tank down there?
They showed him back up. Like maybe he was able to get back up. Because I know what you're talking about because he did fall. But yeah, they show him back up there when he does that. Because I remember that distinctly.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, he's down there, sees the Nazi flag, exactly like what you got in your office upstairs. And
no. But anyways.
I love it. I'm going to go along with the joke.
I love history, but
yeah, you do.
Anyways, yeah. Anyways, what was I gonna say?
And he sees all these Nazi helmets. He's
Darth Vader helmets.
Yeah, Darth Vader helmets going down the line.
Dark helmets.
And then there's Sarah's head.
Yes.
It'd been fun if they just went right past it. Like,
and evidently this is the zombie's lair.
And I don't know how he recognizes her because
I know it doesn't look. I
mean, this don't look like nobody I know.
Yeah, it looks like something we find at what's Halloween Express,
right?
And that costs like $150, now like
$150,
$150.
But you're right. This is kind of like their little, a lair. Of, where
like
they hang out, shoot pool.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing there, man.
Cartoons, whatever they do. And he's going to make his way out of there. There's nobody here.
It's crazy.
There's nobody in this
lair.
So it can't be their only lair.
Lonely.
Right?
Patsy Cline.
Oh, yeah. It can't be their only lair because there's nobody there.
No, and throughout most of these zombies popping up, a lot of them pop up right out of the snow.
Yeah, they're only like
dead
2
snow.
feet in the ground. You'd be walking, you sit on, but yeah, one of them actually is in the lair and throws his ass out.
Yeah.
And he goes tumbling down the hill, comes to, and here's where we get our first good look at,
one of the zombies.
The sauerkraut eating.
Cabbage Patch faced looking,
mm-hmm.
zombified. And these are, like I said, these are like soldiers. They're like they're not even dead, really. They're fighting, they're
they
jumping
never really explain how
they
became zombies. I think they go along with a little bit of a curse kind of thing. It's not a viral kind of thing like some of the other zombie films, but this one's a little
different.
I think it's like a curse.
And they don't really mention it. And he does.
At this point, I don't think it matters. It's not going to save the movie.
But doesn't the zombie tries biting into his jacket?
He's got his down jacket.
Can't get to him.
He's got a mouthful of feathers.
Yeah.
That is funny. But then he goes for the sweet spot right there and gets him a big chunk out of his neck.
Well, doesn't Pretty Boy bite a chunk out of the zombie?
Yeah, he bites him in the face. That's why I asked, will the zombie turn back to normal now?
And the fact that he's beaten the crap out of the zombie.
With his own helmet.
And knocks him down. I'm like, come on. This is not going to happen.
He puts a beat down on him.
Not going to happen. But it does. And
he's laying there, he's looking at the sun, and then another pair of hands comes up and grabs at him. And they're all like, oh.
Love how they all got their helmets on.
They all look exactly the same.
Yeah, well, except for the general or whoever's in charge.
I forgot his name.
Meanwhile, the 2 girls are trying to book it through the woods to the car.
Right, and why are they running through trees? Well,
I don't know, Ted.
Maybe they had to. It's like people always go for the trees. Why not like some open space where you can get some speed going?
Yeah.
I don't know. That happens later in the movie.
Or take that inner tube and find a hill.
Yeah, boy, I bet you they wish they had that inner tube now.
Yeah.
They should have sailed that thing. That thing would have got them down the bottom of the hill in no time.
Sailing, take me away. That's Christopher Cross. You gotta love it. Yeah. I've been having some voice training lately, so you might have noticed how much better my voice singing voice is.
That's right. You've been taking lessons with Farouk.
Yeah, and Madonna. I can't believe 2 hours she gave me.
Well, she got nothing else going on these days.
I mean, she Skyped me to tell me how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's she's but yeah, these girls, they're I think now they're
talking about
let's split up.
I'll go to the fjord. That's why they're supposed to go to the fjord.
We'll go from 4 to 2 to hey, let's just become one.
Yeah, let's split up. I mean,
my.
And then the blonde girl's got to no, I'm not going by myself. Doesn't she even smack her in the face or something? She's freaking out. Wham! Calm down!
Yeah.
Bitch, be cool! Be cool!
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Ringo, you tell that bitch be cool!
And that's where the medical looking zombie pops up.
Right.
With the two girls, and then they split up automatically and start running their own directions anyways. And then we come
to Pretty Boy.
Yeah.
And he's fighting one of the, is it one of the doctor ones, or is that what no, he's fighting another. And he just happens to pick up some piece of timber laying there. No trees in sight, but there's a piece of timber over there.
Yes.
And he whacks him on the head with it.
I don't know what that's going to do.
Nothing.
But, yeah, he's, like I said,
it's all this coincidence. Yeah, here's a piece of timber.
But this is cool. He
punches him right by the bayonet. You know, takes it, throws at him, goes right in his eye.
Yeah.
Kicks him like that, impales him on a tree. Oh, so there's the tree. There's where the lumber.
But this is where the cool scene with the entrails ends up coming. But yeah, he's this zombie's at the tree.
Right. He's all kneeled over,
dripping blood, and it's a good thing it's red. I mean, he must got a lot of good iron and still very good nutrients.
Yeah, how is that blood still red?
You know, but
how is there even any blood in the body?
But his entrails hanging out of his gut.
Yeah.
You know, and a zombie in the background.
That other one that he looked with the helmet.
Yeah.
To show him sitting up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he's gonna end up taking those entrails and like jumping off the cliff, using it as a rope.
Yeah. Does the zombie that gets up, runs at him, hits him, and he grabs the entrails. So he's basically hanging.
All right. Do you know how slippery those would be?
And Ted, do you think that would actually hold them up?
I mean, you know, in real life, do you think this would... I mean, let's just presume that this could happen. Let's presume that zombies are a real thing.
and that the entrails are that long and you could hold on to them.
Well, the entrails could be that long.
No, well, yeah, I guess.
But they'd be slippery, and I don't know if the tissue is that strong to hold 400 pounds.
Right. But this is actually where he gets bit on the neck.
Right, that happened before. Yeah.
No,
wait, he got
bit
bit
before.
No,
no. It was just him biting a chunk out of the zombie.
I could have swore he got bit. But it don't matter.
No.
And the result's the same, he got bit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you know, because he comes up and he's sewing his neck.
Oh, I got serious problems with that scene.
Yeah.
But yeah, the girls, they go back to the girls, right? The girls are getting chased through the woods.
Yes.
Zombies to the left.
Evil Dead,
right.
but daytime.
Yeah.
You know, the camera's kind of moving through after
and
them.
The blonde girl ends up getting...
what a creepy...
You just see one coming right at her going like that.
Yeah, I won't show this cool scene, but yeah.
It's like all blurry. You know, she's coming to.
Yeah, she's...
And this zombie's basically just playing with her guts.
Yeah, she's basically in and out of consciousness.
Right.
And sees them, messing
he's got
with
her intestines. He's just pulling them out, looking at them, seeing what's what.
Oh.
And the other one, the dreadlock girl, she's getting away. And they show the blonde girl as she's getting her guts torn out. She's got one of those old-style World War II baton grenades in her hand.
Grenades.
Whatever it's called. And evidently she took it off the soldier, the zombie. And evidently she knows how to use it because she's had training.
Right.
And she blows them all up.
She opens it. Yeah, and the dreadlocks, but we don't know their names.
Yeah, as she's running, you see the explosion in the background.
Yeah.
It's a good thing she knew how to use that.
Yep. So she blows them up. The other girl starts running off, and you think that she's okay, but well, whatever.
She's pretty fucking far from okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happens, but
kaboom!
Yeah, kind of crazy, but yeah. Then we get to oh boy, back at the she's up in the tree.
Yeah, she's trying to hide.
She
and actually it's kind of a funny scene because she's up in a tree. They don't see her,
right?
Because they're one of those medical ones like you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I didn't even think that was a medical one for some reason, but yeah, I don't know why.
CDC.
But there's a nest with some eggs there.
Yeah.
And then the mama bird comes over and starts attacking her, and that
gives
draws
her
their attention.
away. Yeah, because the sound.
Yeah. And she takes the bird and smashes it into the tree, and then when she's done, she looks down there looking right up at her, and I was like, "You bitch! You killed that bird for no good reason."
Yeah, because scene after that,
she should have just knocked the nest on the ground.
Or eat the eggs, or throw the eggs at their face and let the eggs go.
Right, and then they would be the ones that have egg on their face.
They would. But all the Three Stooges, you know, and you got two, and they're already fried.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
they have to be fried.
Why not?
Anyway. So she's dead meat. She ends up getting down from that tree and she's facing them, and she's stomping. She's on a ledge. You know, she manages to get down the tree.
Yeah.
Gets a little bit of distance in between them, and she's stomping on the ledge. And I think this is the dumbest thing in the world that she could be doing. I mean, if you're going to do this, because then they both fall, it's like, why don't you just freaking jump?
That's true. Yeah, right? I don't
because
get it.
Then
she'd be down there and he'd be up there,
and she falls down. And
unless he just comes down there. But anyways, yeah.
And then we get back to the cabin where the two guys have made their way back to the cabin.
Yes.
From distracting the zombies, and I love.
It's on fire.
This is a little bit of Night of the Living Dead right here. They're making some Molotov cocktail bombs, and this is the scene where I'm convinced this movie takes place in Poland.
Yes.
Because the guy goes to throw it out the window, completely misses the window and hits the fucking wall. And the whole cabin goes up in flames.
Yeah, you couldn't make it through the window.
He's this far away from it.
But this is the scene you're talking about where they book out of the cabin since
he tries to call
it's on fire now.
He tries to make a call. He's actually got like a bar of service.
Yes.
And he calls and he's like, there's these things here and they're chasing us and they're killing us and the cabin's on fire. And they hung up on him. And because he said people dressed up in World War II outfits.
Yeah.
And the other guy's like, you idiot, call out, tell them it's terrorists. You know, he's like, they'll send helicopters and all kinds of shit. Yeah. He tries to call back and the battery's dead.
Yeah, crazy. But then they're in...
We have to make our way to the shed.
Yeah, and they get to the shed. They look over at the thing, and this is Evil Dead-ish too, where...
It's all Evil Dead.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cabin filled with a chainsaw, a hammer...
And even the style...
All kinds of...
Like...
Yeah. Yes.
You know, it's
like
just
they've become Ash, and they're going to go take on these...
All they needed to say was groovy. That's all they needed to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're ready to take on the zombies.
But yeah, that was funny how they
I laughed out
when he
loud
threw
at that
thing
Molotov cocktail
and
bomb.
threw it in a corner. I mean, what? Yeah, maybe he didn't have his contacts in or something.
I think my little son was sleeping. I might have woke him up. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, come on.
Funny. Yeah.
That'd be you, man. If we were in that situation, that'd be you, man. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah, not a good picture.
Yeah, so then Pretty Boy, he's dragging his thing behind him because maybe it's not working or whatever. But he's gonna sew his open neck wound here.
And after he sews it, he duct tapes it.
Look, you cannot take a fishing hook and fishing line and be putting it through your neck without anybody watching. You're gonna slice into your carotid artery. Number one.
It's meant to go in the flesh and not come out.
And then you're taking duct tape and wrapping it tight all around your neck, which is going to include your other carotid artery, and it's going to cut off the blood flow to your brain, and you're going to pass out.
Not to mention all the blood that's going to fill up in your neck area and all the surrounding... Yeah, so, it doesn't make any sense. But he happens to get back on his snowmobile.
Right, and
take off back towards the cabin.
And I love how you just see a zombie rise up. Oh, but wait, we can't forget. He got his hands on a machine gun.
Yeah.
And he's got it mounted on his bike, one of their machine guns. At first when I'm watching, I didn't see him pick it up. I'm like, did he have that? Did he just happen to have... Is that an accessory for these things?
I don't know. That's kind of crazy.
But yeah, there's a zombie on the back of the scooter. And it jumps up, and you think it's going to get him. He doesn't even know it's back there. And he just, like a branch from a tree, knocks him off. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And then we get to the dreadlock girl who, after falling off the cliff, she's completely buried in snow. And I think they had a conversation about this earlier in the movie.
This was,
about what to do if you're buried in snow because you don't know if you're ass up, head down.
Yeah, it said half of the people will end up digging down the wrong way through.
And someone said to spit. And whichever way the spit goes, you go the opposite. So in her case, there's a booger hanging from her nose.
It's just hanging from her nose, And, so the camera...
And you do realize she's upside down.
Yeah. So she ends up getting herself out of it, which is...
Yeah, she digs herself out and...
Doesn't mean
I don't need to look
though.
at the... Yeah, I mean, they didn't have to linger on that booger so long.
No, they didn't.
Then there's about, I don't know, a dozen zombies or so running towards our...
Chasing.
Ash and Ash Jr.
Yes.
And yeah, it's like
Braveheart.
Yeah. Oh, freedom!
But this is where it gets really gory.
It gets a little silly.
Silly, gory,
But you know what I got
bloody.
a problem with? They're standing there, and they see zombies coming at them.
Mm-hmm.
The guy hasn't even fired his chainsaw up yet. I would have made sure that thing worked when I was in that shed.
Oh, heck yeah.
And it ain't going off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they might not have known that, he was...
I'm not waiting for those bastards to be coming right at me before... Luba.
No, I think they didn't know these many zombies were going to start coming because they're completely running after them, man. I mean, just like...
Yeah, and they're going to town.
Meanwhile, Marty, he does get bit on the arm.
Yeah.
And he knows, hey, I'm infected. That's what he says.
It's hardcore.
He knows.
This is a funny ass scene when after they've wiped out a couple waves of these zombies.
They keep coming.
Yeah, they kill 2 or 3 waves of zombies in the same style, very Evil Deadish.
Yes.
And Pretty Boy comes to the rescue there towards the end. Up on the jet ski.
Helps him out a little bit.
And he's got his machine gun. And that's pretty cool.
That's a pretty good machine gun impression. Yeah. And that's when he kills him too with a pretty cool scene with the snowmobile. He tosses one of the zombies over. Puts the back end of it on.
That thing must be really light.
Starts it up. Yeah, because he lifted it right up.
Yeah, and he just fires it up.
Even with all his wounds and all that, the neck thing.
Yeah, like the chain or the belt, whatever's under there, just rips it apart. And I mean, it's a big melee for a little while, man. They're fighting.
Back and forth fighting,
tooth and nail, fist to bayonet. I'm making this sound a lot more epic than it is. But
no, I mean, it is pretty nonstop from this point on. I mean... and he's using that snowmobile for everything.
Yeah, doesn't he get one dude's arm caught in there? Zombie's arm caught in there?
Yes.
And that's what I'm talking about, how these people are just like these expert zombies.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right, if it's you and me, I'd be running towards the fjord. Even if I was butt naked. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
As soon as he came back with the snowmobile,
yep.
I don't know if I'd leave that.
I'd jump on that as soon as his back was turned.
And I'd go, hey guys, I'll be back with some help.
Keep up the good fight. I'll be back with help. Goodbye.
Yeah. I mean, come on. I mean, I would.
As soon as if I was in this movie, it would have been 7 minutes long. As soon as the first zombie showed up. Hello, goodbye.
And I would have I would have snuck and crawled as slowly as I could to the truck because I wouldn't want to make noise or something.
Yeah.
And left the people as bait up there in the cabin.
Best thing to do.
I mean,
best thing to do, really.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Pretty Boy ends up. Another wave comes and that they don't know about sneaks up behind him, and Pretty Boy gets it.
Yeah. They stab him all. Heck out of him, man. When they get through with him, he looks like a piece of Swiss cheese.
Head. And then
they pick him up.
They pick him up.
And it's like
all fours, and they pull him.
It's like Thanksgiving dinner at your family's house.
They pull off both legs, both arms. I mean, just pull him in half.
And that still doesn't kill him.
In fours. Yeah.
Even after that, the head is still going, you bastards, come on. See?
He's got a knife in his
You're not going to run me out that easy, see?
And he's rolling down the hill.
Hey, wise guy. But yeah, I mean, these Nazi zombies, they're throwing punches, they're chopping off heads. You see a zombie head just go flying like a field goal.
Yes. Oh my God, it's
But
nuts.
Then, we got to talk about Martin. So Martin got bit.
Right.
And he makes mention that the tubby guy had said earlier when this first started going down, whatever you do, don't let him bite you. You'll get infected. Now, we haven't actually seen if that really happens.
Right.
So
because he does get bit in the arm and ends up
doing an Evil Dead, doing an Ash.
Yes.
Cutting his arm off with the chainsaw.
Yes.
Hardcore. But not as hardcore as Bruce Campbell, because Bruce Campbell laughed and went like, yeah. Well, no, he used like an electric turkey carver or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's laughing now?
That's right.
Who's laughing now? And he cuts his arm off.
And he starts a fire and he cauterizes his stump.
Man, that's like Rambo.
Yeah,
and this is the guy who's afraid of blood.
Right. Well, I mean, shock.
Like I said, he's over that.
Yeah, he's over that.
But then, as he's walking, a zombie pops out of the ground and bites him right on the qunyans.
Yeah.
I mean,
comes right
who's cutting that off? Because
yeah,
even the friend is like, no, because he said when he was going to cut the arm off, he's like, no. And then after that, he looks down, and the guy's like, no.
And that's the part I don't understand with the second movie, because we'll just say it. Marty ends up coming back, but anyways, they're standing there, and the general's there, whoever, and he summons all just an army of
evidently
Nazi
there
zombies.
was a whole legion of these guys.
Yeah,
6 inches below the snow surface.
Yeah,
they are all
some with perfectly red, like whatever you call it around their arms and stuff.
Armbands.
I mean, they're clean.
The suits are the best thing about them. Their skin, their complexion's not like so hot, but the suits, the
they're cool zombies. I mean,
they keep their uniforms clean.
They're just staring at them. I mean, it's just a field full of them, and they're like, "Oh, what do we do?" And they take off running. They're just like,
they're finally thinking the way I would have thought.
Right, you should have done this a long time ago.
He's running with his nub.
Yeah, kind of crazy, and
again running right into the trees.
Yeah.
And I like how they both fall at the same time. Every time they fall, they both fall.
Yeah, you're not going to outrun these zombies. I mean,
well, they're used to navigating this kind of terrain.
Exactly.
They've had drills. They do drills back and forth. All different kinds of inclement weather, and they do the drills.
I do like the general.
The Generalissimo, he puts them through the paces.
They put the most effort into that general's, the makeup and stuff around the eyes.
Like this.
Looks pretty cool.
See?
I got just a little red on the side of my mouth, see? A little skin off. A little rot is what we'll call that there.
So what happens? They're going down the hill, and the short round, he ends up getting stuck. Basically, one of those guys, is it the general, I think? Maybe he cracks him on the head with a hammer. Yeah. And he ends up just friggin' impaling himself on a tree.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, my head. Oh, my God, shit.
And he gets up.
He pulls himself off.
He's like, oh, my God.
And he can't go any further. What's going on? What's going on?
He tells the other guy, you got a couple Excedrins, man.
Yeah, I need to tell him. And his entrails, again, the thing with the entrails in this movie, what are the chances of him getting impaled on a tree like that? It wasn't even sharp. All right. First of all, it's a stump.
And how did the entrails get out?
I mean,
it's like for some reason
they just wanted an excuse to have entrails.
Well, right. I mean, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that's got to be why, because they show that scene.
We've got to have more entrails.
Yeah,
more entrails.
How many scenes were with the entrails? Quite a few.
2 or 3.
Yeah, intestines.
I could do without intestines, but. What happens is when Short Round's laying on the ground, the general comes over. I don't know what the hell to call it. And sticks his hand in his pocket and pulls out a gold watch. Gold or silver, whatever it was.
Yes.
And it was from that box. Of treasure. And you start to think, maybe is that what they want?
Could be.
They want their treasure because that derelict, wanderer guy had said that, they stole everything of value.
Yeah.
So maybe they just feel like anything of value on that mountain
and
is
stuff
theirs.
that's worth stuff too.
Right. It's good for their portfolio. These guys got to think about retirement. All right, 60 years out in the field.
And doesn't he? He runs back to
because he sees when he takes the
That's
watch,
right.
He's thinking, even though the cabin burnt down, miraculously this wooden box with all this gold in it still made it through the fire.
Because it was underneath
how long
the
were
ground,
they gone? 25 minutes, and it's completely rubble.
Yeah, it burned to the ground.
I mean, that would take all day to burn.
Yeah, or a week.
Well, I mean at least the day.
Because the timbers aren't still even flaming.
Right. He's digging through it with his bare hands.
It looks like when the cowboys come by and they go, it looks like someone was here about a day or two. Yeah. Or 5 hours away. The embers are still warm. It's kind of crazy.
It's a little silly there. But it's just to speed along the movie. It's just for story's sake. I get it. And he gives them the box.
Yeah. So, hey, am I cool? Am I cool, guys?
Well, they back off.
They do.
They back off and leave. They let him go. I mean, and I think that's proper because, let's face it. The guy's had a hell of a day.
No, yeah. These Nazi zombies they're good guys.
Cut his arm off. Cauterized his arm. Got his balls chomped off. I mean,
when you think about it, man,
it's got to be at least like his third worst day. He was afraid of blood.
Yeah, that box is pretty good condition.
They don't have a blemish on it. And it looks exactly like
it. Should be burnt a little bit. My God.
It shouldn't have made it.
I think they said in the pre-credits after the movie they said they're sorry about that and that it did smell a little bit like the burnt wood.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
apologize to the cast.
Yeah, it doesn't help us any, but
I noticed there probably wasn't one of those no animals were harmed in the making of this film. I think they really did crunch that bird.
Yeah,
she had to do it. But then they ate the bird.
Ipswich.
So that's okay.
What?
As long as you eat it.
Yeah. But anyway, he starts running back down to the car and he's trying to...
Yeah, by the fjord.
Even though he's got a limb cut off,
someone's always got to look at this guy and go, ah!
I don't know how he's running when his nads were just bitten by a zombie.
Why don't they show those, hanging by their little, vas deferens there hanging?
Oh, jeez. I think that would be taking it too far.
Oh, okay, that's too far. No, we just can't be having that.
What is wrong with us?
Guy can be torn completely apart and his brain flops out. But
let's not show his testes hanging.
A couple of knockers going together. Some girl can suck shitty fingers. I have more of a problem with that. All right, because that girl's going to get sick. She's going to get dysentery. She's going to get C. diff. She's going to get all kinds of nasty diseases. Well,
I don't know what she was doing with.
I mean, she's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
But
he gets in the car, and I like how they show him kind of, because the wrong, he would need his right hand. He's trying to imagine trying to put the key in with your left hand when the ignition's over on this side.
Yeah,
it's a bitch. And I love how he's trying to put his seatbelt on. You're worrying about this.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. He may be in a little shock, and he's like, "Oh, this is what I usually do. I got to get it on." So I mean, who knows? But yeah, it's funny. It's a comedy.
I think that's
horror comedy.
And he's sitting there, oh, son of a, And as he leans over to put the ignition in,
and a coin drops, and the coins look just like the Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. I think it's from the tokens from Chuck E. Cheese.
But they're mint condition.
Or whatever they have in Norway.
But he finds out,
Yanni cheese or something like that.
Yeah, Yanni cheese. Chuck E. Cheese, a big mouse. But
so holds that coin up, and then all of a sudden, there's the general. He sees that coin, and he just starts to go and punch through the glass. And what we'll find in the second one is that, and I haven't seen it. I just kind of looked at what the plot was because I was really curious.
Yeah.
And they said that Martin survived. Somehow, as this scene is going, as he's reaching for him in the car, maybe I didn't see a road anywhere nearby here, but evidently like some truck hits the general and
knocking him,
severs his arm off, and the arm goes into the car. Maybe Martin tries to drive away or crashes or something, but anyway,
Martinizing.
When he gets taken to the hospital, they think that decrepit old zombie arm that don't look like his arm at all is his real arm, and they reattach it to the stump. So he's got a zombie arm that's kind of doing its own thing, wanting to kill people, and Martin's trying to, I don't know why he had no problem cutting the first one off. Why cut it right off?
Are you even curious about the second movie?
Zero.
Okay.
I'm not gonna watch it.
So do you think this was a good watch?
It was
interesting.
It was entertaining.
Not the best, but yeah, it was.
I mean, I might just look up that chick online and see if she got naked in any movies, but that's about it.
Yeah. She was in some R-rated Norwegian films, so we're gonna have to look. I think one says, I think it's called Topless.
Yes.
But I think it's called like Flickenflirter.
Yeah. Flickenflirter.
Whatever or Film Flick Flatters or something like. I don't know. It's a weird name.
I don't care if it's called cow udder.
I don't know. Oh man. Okay. So
a lot.
There you go. Dead Snow.
If you like your guts, and if you like Nazis, and if you like zombies, you'll like this movie.
It's a good twist. Yeah. I mean, a good. Different.
A lot of shout outs to a few of your favorite horror movies. Definitely a lot of Evil Dead though.
Yeah.
But I saw a little bit of a couple other movies in there. So kind of fun. If you've never seen it, I asked my sister if she'd ever seen it. She said she fell asleep during it. So I didn't have much hope when I started it.
Because it starts off a little slow and works itself up. But halfway in the movie, no, I mean, and even that was kind of.
We did House of the Devil, so I mean.
I love House of the Devil.
Oh, me too. But
but that was
slow. Obviously,
suspense.
doesn't bother me.
Right? Yeah. But some slow can be bad. I mean, this was the chunky guy kept you, you know.
It's a brisk movie. It's like it's a quick hour and a half. And,
it's worth a watch, especially for, like you said, zombie lovers, Nazi. Gore lovers.
Yeah. I mean, if it's free on Netflix, watch it. Otherwise, arr.
Yeah.
You know.
But anyways,
So next week we are going to dazzle you.
We are
with an epic.
Oh yeah, podcast. That's right.
It's a mad world.
It is. The movie.
Yes, 1960s. This is a comedy.
Yes.
No horror aspects to this movie at all.
No.
Once in a while, we like to throw one of our, favorites in there and have some fun. We did Shot in the Dark.
Yeah, Pink Panther movie.
We did Young Frankenstein, which is kind of fun.
Well, that's horror.
I guess. Well, but it's pretty horrible. But
how could you say that? That's like so bad.
Oh no,
Ted, come on. Anyways, but no, that's all right. But
this is going to be probably pushing 3 hours.
So if you want to hang, man, and have some fun,
because we're just going to be talking about our love for this movie and laughing and talking about the
comedians, the movies they've done. I mean, we'll be throwing everything in there. This
will
be funny.
Everybody who was anybody back then, from the 50s, 60s, even the silent movie stars, were in this movie. And, I'm sure it's on Netflix. I'm sure you can get access to it. It would be great if you watched it before, you watch us talk
Jennifer
about
Lopez somehow went in time and was in this movie, too. Yeah. J-Lo, she's shaking her rump in the background. I think they released a CGI version, updating it, and
just
put other
the part that the girl that Sylvester's dancing with, right? But there's a lot of great actors in this movie.
So we'll have fun. I mean,
this one's for fun.
Every other month, we did that a few months ago. Pink Panther. So we'll do another one, and then I think we're going to go with Phantasm since
right. Angus Scrimm passed away this weekend, 89 years old, and I was kind of holding off on Phantasm until that new Ravager came out,
right?
The new sequel,
the
last Phantasm sequel, because I actually like all the Phantasm sequels in a way. Mm-hmm. It sort of becomes more science fiction, I think, as it goes
Science
fiction, double feature.
But anyways.
But yeah, the passing of Angus Scrimm. He was also in the first Subspecies movie for like 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And
The Little Mermaid, he played the voice of the crab in there.
Was that him?
Oh no,
Sebastian.
That was somebody else. Anyways.
But
rest
just
in peace.
as far as a presence in that movie, I mean, how could you beat them?
Yeah. Well, that's what makes some of those classics stand out. It's the characters.
So next week, it's a mad world for us.
And rest in peace, David Bowie, too.
Oh, my God.
I cannot believe 69 years old.
That's what my wife woke me up to this morning.
She did.
I slept on the couch because I was coughing a little bit. And she's like, honey, I got bad news. David Bowie died. And I remember I just jumped. What? Because I am a huge Bowie. We went to go see Bowie. Yeah, we saw Bowie. In concert with Nine Inch Nails and Bowie.
I mean, too young to pass away. I mean, geez.
Yeah, liver cancer it was, and he just put his latest record out on Friday, which is an amazing record. It was his birthday. That was his 69th birthday.
Wow.
And
unbelievable.
No one had really heard much from him. They really kept it quiet, didn't they?
18 months. I mean, they said he was dealing with it.
But anyway, I think out of everyone who's died recently, that one's hit me the hardest because, I mean, I saw someone wrote something online today, and it was, if we estimate that the world's, whatever, 4 some billion years old, just be thankful that you lived during the time that Bowie was on this earth.
Exactly. That is the best way to put it, man. And
out of all the times you could have lived.
Exactly. And with that, that's the... How can you do any better than that? I could have. Catch you guys next week. We're going to have fun. Mad world.